Here up in the mountains. We're going to be doing part 3 of stress and some solutions today. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, please go back and have a look at them first, part 1, part 2, then you'll get the whole picture. Otherwise you're going to miss out on a lot of things. We discussed the 3 stages of stress, how you're feeling, the burnouts, the exhaustion, running on adrenaline, all that sort of thing in part 1 and part 2. So please go back, have a look at those first. Please share them with your friends. I would prefer shares than likes. So click on the share button, not so much the like button, because people need this information. Now, I'm going to go on, this part 3, I'm going to go on with examples of negative talk. Okay, you've probably heard a lot of people and even yourself saying things like, I know it won't work, I hate this or I hate that, I am not artistic, I don't have the energy to make a change, this can wait till tomorrow, nothing seems to go right for me, I will start my diet tomorrow, I am at the end of my rope, if only I was smarter. Now, you know, I've said those things myself in the past. So I've had to change that because they're so unhealthy and so toxic. And these are examples of positive self-talk. I know it will work because I will put all my effort into making it a success. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, so I will not put off what I can do today. I can be the best me in the world. I don't live my life on luck, but by faith, persistence, and positive attitude. Every day is an opportunity. And it is. And sometimes we waste our opportunities because we're negative, we're down on ourselves or we're down on someone else. So these are the facts. Intelligence will increase with a positive attitude. Okay? Intelligence, very important. These will cause a surge in healthy neurochemicals. So a positive attitude is not just outward, it's actually a chemistry, inward, working. So this is what we've got to remember. Whether we're speaking positive or negative, we are speaking to our DNA. And whatever message we give our DNA, it will follow the message we give it. So if we're going to give it negative messages, we're going to be sick. It will affect our health. And if we give it positive and positive attitudes and a spiritual attitude, then it will make a difference to our DNA. So we want the good neurochemicals in there, not the bad ones, not the stress hormones that we discussed in part 1 and part 2. Remember, in just a few days you can change the brain pattern by practice and concentration. Negative words create a negative frequency which attracts a likeness. Positive words and belief create healing chemicals that attracts positive life. So it's the chemistry that we need to change in ourselves, and we have that power to do it. And the power comes from our Creator, but He is not going to do the work for us that we can do. Okay? We need to act by faith. So you cannot suppress emotions. If you bury them, they will come out as something else. This blocks neurochemical pathways. I tried to suppress my emotions for years and years, but they kept coming up. I thought, if I move out of Sydney, I won't have any more stress. And the first couple of years were awesome. I just chilled out, and then things come up in your life, and then the memory cells kick in. I discussed the memory cells in part 1 and part 2. Then the memory cells kick in, and all these emotions start to come out. So just leaving the city, well, is a big help, but you've got to bring these emotions out, okay, and deal with them head on. You can't suppress them. So express your emotions, deal with them in a positive way. Very important. Now here's some signs of repressed emotions, and this was me all over. And you probably know a lot of people like this. Anxious, irritable, self-doubt, short-tempered, overreactive, frustrated, perfectionism, fretful, impulsive, a desire for control. That was me to a T. I had to change that, and we have the power to change that. No one's going to do it for you, okay? So playing and laughing is a huge solution, one of the solutions. Remember, when I say solutions, I don't mean we can wave a magic wand and just laughing and playing will solve everything. But it's a total commitment to change. This is just one solution, but there's a number of solutions, okay? So play reduces aggression, fear, grief. This gives mastery over your emotions. A good laugh reduces cortisol by approximately 40%. Now this is massive. Remember I was talking about cortisol in part 1 and part 2. When cortisol levels are high, when we're running on adrenaline, the body cannot heal while cortisol levels are high. I've been seeing this 30 years in the clinics. People are not healing because we haven't dealt with these emotions. So a good laugh reduces cortisol levels 40%. That's massive. It reduces adrenaline by 70%. That's a whopping 70%. Increases endorphins, which is the good chemicals, by 30%, and increases growth hormone by a whopping 85%. Now, this is exciting because you can make some changes. You can make some changes fairly quickly. And the growth hormone is that hormone that keeps you young, okay? Most of us are aging very quickly because we're in this negative stress situation and we're not doing anything about it. Only you can do something about it. So playing and laughing boosts immune system, improves thinking skills and thought flexibility. So become clever and laugh. So laughing can make you a bit more clever. Laughing 100 times or more daily, which you don't see many people doing that, but well, you don't want to be laughing all day. Sometimes you have to be serious, but it's as effective as rowing or jogging for 10 minutes. That's pretty substantial. I'm not saying don't do exercise, because exercise is absolute high on the list. We're made to move, and if we don't move, the blood doesn't circulate. And if the blood doesn't circulate, all the nutrition and the good chemicals won't circulate around your body. So we need to exercise daily, but laughing, okay, is very effective. So think about that. Even if you force yourself to laugh sometimes, it changes your DNA. Did I say that if you're speaking positive or negative, that you're speaking to your DNA? I think I said that already. So speak to your DNA in a positive way so it can respond in a positive way. So laughing rejuvenates neurochemicals, the good stuff, serotonin, etc., connects us to others and turns our focus away from self. This is what gets us depressed a lot of times. We're focused on our own issues, our own problems. So if we get that focus away from us, and if we put that focus on the problem solver, our Lord Jesus, He's the problem solver, then we're going to have a better life. So diet is very important, and you know, a lot of people say, oh, diet's not important, it's got nothing to do with it. And even Christians will say, oh, diet's got nothing to do with salvation or anything like that. But look, watch this. The gut is lined with neuropeptides, that's brain cells. These are constantly communicating with the brain. So your gut is constantly communicating with your brain. So if you got a bad gut, you're going to make bad decisions. This is science. This is not religion. Okay? So it's very important to have a clean diet, toxic-free, which is pretty difficult these days, but you can do your best, okay? Just get all the toxins out of your home, get all the toxins out of your fridge and out of your pantry, and anything with toxins in, read the ingredients, neurochemicals like MSG and high sugars. There's 50 different names for sugars, 50 different names for MSG. So look into that because they will affect your decision making. Junk food will affect your decision making. I've got a video on diet, crime and delinquency, and it's amazing what they found with people who ate junk food. They're more prone to do the wrong thing because of the decision making, because we got brain cells in our gut and brain cells all over the body. So the brain is communicating with every part of the body constantly. And look at this, pancreas secretes more than 20 different emotionally laden peptides that regulate assimilation and storage of nutrients. So our emotions are connected with assimilating nutrients. There's a connection there. This is science, guys. So if you want to bring the Bible in, it doesn't matter what we eat. We're saved by grace. Well, we're not saved by grace. We're saved by grace through faith. And faith is an action. But anyway, this is science, and this is how our body works. The assimilation is connected with emotions. So if we're emotionally negative and stressed, we're not going to assimilate any good nutrition, or very, very little. And by the way, I didn't say that when you're constantly stressed and negative, your body uses 5 to 10% more nutrition. Think about that, okay? Sometimes I have to think about that. Sometimes I don't think about that. So we're human, but that's very important, and no wonder a lot of us are always deficient. So eat yourself clever, makes a difference. Principles of good health. I have to do a video on this because there's 8 principles of health: nutrition, exercise, living, energized, water for hydration. You know, not all water hydrates. I did a video on just water. Have a watch of that. Sunshine, oxygen, temperance, even in the good stuff, herbs, proper rest, genuine Bible essential oils are such a gift. They're such a gift. Trust in your Creator, because this is the most important one, because of the lot of stress in this world is because a lot of people don't think they have any hope. But our Creator loves us, and if we trust in Him, we'll have more peace. These essential oils that He gave us, I'm just reading a book on how the caravans in the Middle East used to take all the incense and the oils from one place to another in Arabia, from Arabia, Yemen, Oman, right down the bottom to Egypt, Israel, Syria, all those places. And they used to travel for weeks and weeks and months on camels through rugged terrain, through the desert where there's hardly any water. And they'd get robbed, they'd get killed, they had wars over these precious ointments or oils that were classed as a gift from God that were more valuable than gold and silver. So these pirates took the oil resins rather than the gold and silver. They left everything else and took the frankincense and the myrrh and the balsam and all those Bible oils, and they left everything else. So it would be good for us to get hold of some of these gifts, but you want to get the genuine ones, not just the commercial ones that are off the shelf, some of them are cheap and nasty. Okay, so this is part 3. So watch them through again, share them with your friends, drop me a line if you've got any questions. If you want to get hold of some of these genuine oils that we should be using daily in the house, in our home, contact me and we can get them for you wholesale. I don't sell them, but I can get them for you wholesale, okay? So God bless you, and until next time, see you later.